Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a good Easter holiday, and all right, sound works good. All right, so watching RHE this morning. RHE. If I pull this a little bit closer, you can see these stocks that I'm watching right now. RHE is gapping up from $1.09 to $2.55, so a pretty significant gap up, over 100%. Also watching MBRX gapping up from 111 to 139. We also have AKRX gapping up from 270s to 313. We got CGC is one I'll keep an eye on. CGC along with the other cannabis plays. We'll see if they start to move a little bit more. Gonna keep an eye on AMD like I always do. BILI. We got a little bit of YNDX movement here. A little bit of YNDX movement. DWT. MRO. Let me know if you guys see anything else. What y'all's main watch today. We'll see what we get. MBIO down some. Gonna look at some gap downs now. DWT drip. SEO. RAD. So we'll see what we get. I mean, not a ton of higher cap stocks moving this morning. It's mostly lower caps from what I see. Gonna watch SQ and Roku just because those have been doing me so well lately. SQ and Roku. We'll see though. Alright, so everybody have a good weekend. So it's popping up on the scanners now. We'll look up some news in a second as well. I have to go grab the overall SPY. Is down. All right, so U.S. stock futures. U.S. stock futures traded lower early this morning in pre-market. The Chicago Fed National Activity Index for March is scheduled to be released at 8:30 Eastern Time. So that's already over. 8:30 Eastern Time was 12 minutes ago. While data on existing home sales for March will be released at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So that's in about 18 minutes now. Futures for the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 60 points to 26,508, while the Standard & Poor's 500 Index Futures dropped 7.6 points to 2,903. NASDAQ 100 Futures fell 24 points. Oil prices are actually higher as Brent crude futures rose 2.2% to trade at $73.57 per barrel, while U.S. WTI crude futures climbed 2.1% to trade at $65.33 a barrel. European markets were mostly higher today. Spanish index rose 0.3%. Stocks Europe 600 gaining 0.2%. German DAX gained 0.6%. UK's FTSE index was down 0.2%. So we'll see what we get today. I figure today might be a little bit slower of a day, but we'll see what we get. Yeah, Richard said going short on all start markets are down. U.S. stocks moved broadly lower in early trading Tuesday on Wall Street. So today is Monday, right? The big thing here, though, guys, like one thing, it's like I said, the reason fades have been working so well in this market. Like the reason, if you watched the stream last week, you know I was on like a 12-day winning streak. I had won for 12 days in a row. I ended up, the losing streak ended last week, but then I finished it green still. But one of the reasons I was able to go on such a long win streak is actually because of the way the SPY and the overall market is behaving. So the SPY and the overall market mostly has been gapping up in pre-market. And a lot of times it'll drop at the open, which is good for shorting. It's specifically VWAP and then washing out and dropping at the open. Consequently being good for the VWAP fade strategy that I use that really attacks shorts at the open. And so you can see it did that on Friday. Thursday, gapped up, washed out the next morning. Wednesday, gapped up, washed out the next morning. Tuesday, gapped up, washed out the next morning. And so this is the reason why VWAP fades have been so in play lately. Same thing with Tuesday, gap up, washed out the next day. And so these are the reasons why the fade has been working so well, is because, the SPY has been gapping up significantly in pre-market and kind of running because of that, even though it's been dropping at the open. If you look at the daily chart, it's been moving up, even though we're still getting some red days in here. Like, even though you can still see there's a lot of red candles on this move up, it's because it's gapping up so much in pre-market and then dropping at the open. That's why the fades have been working so well. It's not always going to work, though, and like I think Richard suggested, eventually it's going to kind of turn back around. We'll see, Cast. We'll see. It did gap down today as opposed to gapping up. Really, it's the first gap down I've seen in a while. At least a week. Last gap down was on the 8th. What's up, Cargo? We'll see what we get today, though. My kids are home from school. We were out of town. We had left the state for the holiday, and my son spiked a fever as we were at the hotel, and so we just came home early yesterday. We were going to be at the hotel today, but my son ran a fever, so we came home early. One I will watch, though, is CGC. I will keep an eye on CGC. We'll see if we can get some better moves with this. Been shorting the cannabis stocks a decent amount lately. Let's look at my graph to see what stocks I've really been attacking. Somebody asked me in the stream. They asked me how how I got my accuracy rate so high, and one of the ways was just the different stocks I'm really using and the different stocks I'm trading here. Um, so let me upload. Let's see. The last day was on the 16th. So let's upload the other days here. You guys can see it if you want. I'm just uploading it from the 16th. Really the 17th. Yeah, that's right. Alright. No, so if you saw the way I just did it, it's TEFS allows me to export. TEFS allows me to export easier than that. Like all I have to do on TEFS is I go to File, Historical Data Trades, and then I can pick the date that I want to upload. And so in this case, I just did from the 17th to the 21st because that's the last ones that I had that I haven't uploaded yet. And yeah, you can see my graph here. Yeah, this is my graph, but you can look back. The thing I'm showing it for now is I can go to Instrument here, and it shows you the stocks that have been performing the best for me, at least. You can see the stocks that have done me the best over the last roughly a month is Kron with a $121 gain, Roku, AMD, NBV, VKTX, and SGMO. Like those 6 stocks have done me the best. SQ was on this list. I was up, but I ended up losing like $60 or $70 last week on SQ, and so now it's on the losing list. But these are the stocks that have done me the best here, and this is my this is since March 28th. This is my graph. Yeah, thanks, brother. Yeah, man, I went on the longest green streak I ever had, Daniel, which was 12 days, no losing trades. No losing days, no losing trades for 12 trading days. I'll be back in a minute, though, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, guys, I'm back. What's sorry, let me try to catch up with all this. Hey, appreciate it, Daniel. Thanks, brother. Yeah, man, it was great. Um, the win streak is over though, and like I said, I think I described why I think I went on a win streak like that is just because the SPY has been gapping up in pre-market and then crashing at the open. I think that is kind of helping me on that streak. Do you pay for TraderView or just use the free version? I just use the free version. I haven't paid for it yet. I just use the free one. RBZ. RBZ's been going crazy lately. It has. Is it moving today? Kind of. Not really. It's at 550 now. We'll watch it. It's been pretty volatile lately. A tiny float, right? All right, so let's look up some news. It looks like it's time for some news. First thing we're going to look up is RHE. RHE. The company announced that it entered into an agreement to sell 4 skilled nursing facilities for $28.5 million. So Regional Health Properties Inc. is the name of the company. And so, yeah, like I said, it announced that it entered into an agreement to sell 4 skilled nursing facilities for just under $30 million. We also have AKRX, if you like these penny stocks, AKRX. The company received FDA approval for the fluticasone nasal spray, and it's gapping up some from 277 to 308 in pre-market for AKRX. BBBY. BBBY is gapping up some. It's not my favorite. It's just low volume gap. I can look it up to see what's going on, but like I said, it just seems like a low volume gap. A lot of news on it. All right, so Bed Bath & Beyond's co-founders retire amid board revamp to bolster diversity. The co-founders of Bed Bath & Beyond will retire from the company's board as part of the home goods retailer's overhaul of its directors as it seeks to bolster diversity. It's also going to form a business transformation and strategy review committee and reconstitute its audit and compensation committees, according to a statement on Monday. 5 independent directors are going to step down, and 5 new ones will be appointed. It's going to start on May 1st. Sales fell earlier this month to 11% to $3.3 billion in its fiscal fourth quarter, with comparable store sales falling 1.4%. So interesting here. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily see this as. It just depends on how you take it. And I guess this gap is kind of so and so. I mean, it's good news and bad news. You know, some people could see it as different board that could hurt the company. Some people could see it as diversity is obviously a good thing, but people can take all these different news stories a few different ways. So we'll see. We'll see which way this one goes. I hope it works out and goes up. But it's got like 30 press releases out right now for it. NIO Snap. I haven't even been watching them lately. NIO is moving some, but it's down in pre-market. It's down to 472, roughly break even. PRPO news on craft stock. Yeah, PRPO's up some. A little bit slow of a day today. What's the symbol for craft? We also have MRO, which is Marathon Oil, putting out first quarter results for MRO. Let me look it up. KHC. KHC is the craft. Yeah, there it goes. KHC is the craft symbol, and you can see a big spike in craft right now. So I'll watch this one, Kraft Heinz. It's up. We'll see where it goes now. It's up to 33.89 at its highs. Let me see where Mitch is at. See if Mitch is going to be here. All right, guys. Possibly here on KHC. We'll see what happens with it. See what happens here with it. Yeah, buddy.
This is filled with water.
What's spilled?
This is filled with water.
What's spilled?
Daddy,
Yes, buddy.
my cup is filled with water.
Your cup has water in it?
Yes, I wanted Gatorade.
No, water's good to drink. Water's better for you.
And I want juice. Can I have juice?
Why don't you try water, buddy? You don't need...
No.
What's up, guys? My son's homesick, and so you can hear him. He's boycotting water right now. He says he doesn't like water. So... But yeah, my son is boycotting water over here. He does not like water. He wants juice or Gatorade, and water is just, he just doesn't like it. You know, he just doesn't like water. I'm being sarcastic when I say that as well, guys. So just to, you know. Zoom away travel. Let's look it up. Didn't Zoom ZM Zoom IPO'd Friday as well, and Zoom's actually used them as a conferencing software for our classes. But Zoom Away Travel apparently is a different company. So, I mean, they've got a nice little website here, you know. As like a JavaScript programmer, I can kind of see. They've got a nice front end dude here, but I mean, it's not that good. I mean, it's alright. Maybe I'm just an elitist, but yeah, guys, y'all hear my son over here, man. He doesn't like water, you know. Honestly, and I've been very, very frank with him before. I've just told him, I was like, look, you're not thirsty. You're just addicted to sugar. And that's really the problem. Like, they're not thirsty. They're just addicted to sugar. And so they want juice or Gatorade because it has sugar in it, and they're addicted to sugar. And it's terrible for him. And so I force him to drink water, and he hates it. But, yeah, it's a problem. So let's see what Zoom goes. What did Lyft end up doing? See where Lyft goes, man. And Lyft failed. I kind of called this one. FBIO. Drip. So yeah, I watched probably CGC is probably one of my main watches today. What's Bitcoin at right now? But yeah, the technology suit geared to disrupt multiple billion-dollar industries. Alright, so I'm looking up Zoom Away Travel. What's the difference between this and like a regular travel agent? Yeah, like it finds you the cheapest hotels and stuff like that. But doesn't all of them do that now? Aren't all of them doing that at this point? Right, that's what I'm saying, Cargo. I mean, it was pretty easy. Like, I'm sitting here trying to act like I'm like a stock guru over here. But, I think it was pretty easy to predict that Lyft was going to crash back down. So, it uses augmented reality for what? I mean, so you can like, I know, but what's the difference between that and like 3D mapping of homes? You know, like it's augmented reality, but well, what does it do? Like, what's the purpose of it? Like, for instance, like augmented reality. For those who don't know what augmented reality is Pokemon Go, to where you are through your smartphone or whatever device they use, they show your actual like environment, but they add stuff into it. So they augment your reality. So they're basically adding stuff to your field of vision, and that's augmented reality, right? And so with Zoom Go, whatever it's called, Zoom Away Travel, what did they add into your reality? Like, what's the purpose of it? And I'm not saying it's like, I just don't understand it, I guess. Like, what's the purpose of it? What does it do? You know, because I know there could be gimmicks in this trading world, and you know, I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, I was skeptical of Lyft's IPO at, what was it? The original IPO price they gave it was $72. I was skeptical of Lyft's IPO at $72, let alone the fact that they opened it up at what, like 87. And I think with IPOs in general, oh, here, sorry, Mitch is. I think with IPOs in general, there's such a conflict of interest with the bank, with the investment bank, that it's just a little shady anyway. You know, like basically, the difference between the original price and the IPO price, the bank gets to keep, and so there's just a conflict of interest there for IPOs, just because the bank gets to keep them. Good morning, Shaw. Good morning, Connor. Okay, so here's what it is. With Zoomaway Travel, they have a company, a subsidiary called Travel Game Blockchain Incorporated. And it says, quote, the concept gamifies travel, and players are immersed in a 2.5-dimensional social gaming experience that takes research, booking, sharing, and gameplay to the next level. Now, what do they mean by that? I have no idea. It sounds like it's like a mix of like a video game with like travel, like booking, like with a booking agency mixed with like video games. I don't know, man. It's a little out there, but maybe it'll work. I don't know. It sounds kind of unnecessary, you know, just because if I don't know if that what I said is even correct, but are people that are trying to book a hotel really that interested in playing a video game to do it? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what else we could find, though. We got AKRX, like I said. If you like these penny stocks, AKRX is up here. It's up to 309 from 277. So we'll see where that one goes. FTFT. What's Bitcoin at? Sounds like another way, honestly, to just get a company. You know how companies do. Like a lot of times, companies will they'll try to join in on the big wave of the hot sector in the market, and you know, blockchain was one of those recently. It was like the hot sector in the market, and so I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I know a lot of companies are kind of jumping on they're trying to ride the wave of the hot sector, in this case maybe blockchain, so they're just trying to find a reason to put blockchain in a press release to pump up their stock a little bit. I don't know. Somebody with more information can tell me about it. Yeah, Bitcoin's at 5,305, so it's up. I've said what I thought about Bitcoin before. I mean, I don't know what Bitcoin's gonna do. Yeah, it's at 5,300 essentially. But yeah, with Bitcoin, it's just got so many people that are like, so many people have invested so much time and energy into it. You know, they've invested so much time of like studying and research and buying it maybe and buying hard drives to keep it, and like all this time and energy they've invested into Bitcoin. And so, no matter what kind of signs they are that Bitcoin might not get as high as 20,000 again, they're going to ignore that and just say, "Oh, it can go up," and they're gonna preach for it because they've invested so much of their time and energy into it. And I don't know. I just don't know enough about it to really say what it's going to do. But I know anytime it makes a move up, everybody starts to Bitcoin's going to the moon, because they want another, late 2017 move. And I don't know if we'll ever get one again, but I think it's hard for people to be objective about Bitcoin is my point. We'll see when Mitch is going to be here too. And like I said, I'm not saying I don't want Bitcoin to go up. If Bitcoin goes up, I mean, that's good, I'm for it. I hope it succeeds. I really do. I talked to Tech about it, like Tech from our classes. I hope it succeeds because I'm anti big bank here, But do I think it will? I don't know. Basically, I think Bitcoin is the cult of the trading world. Is a good way to put it. Company XYO. Man, I see those things all over my Facebook page, man. About the travel currency where you travel and you're supposed to get something from traveling. But I don't know, man. I'm skeptical of all this new crypto stuff. I think everybody's just kind of riding the trend. But who knows? What's up, Relentless? What's up, man? PRPO, yeah, PRPO penny stock moving up. It doesn't look bad. I like it because it's also right above the $0.50, and a lot of times this $0.50 area will be pretty strong support. And so I think that's interesting, that $0.50 at 50 cents. Like I said, though, I'll probably watch CGC. I'll probably watch that to see where it goes. Hey, John, did you see the article about crypto volume being falsified? No, I didn't. What was the article from? Like I said, I've said it probably at least 10 times before, but like my take on yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical of that one as well. Like the reason I'm skeptical of it, Jono, is because they are selling these packages, right? They're selling these packages, right? And if they're making so much money, and if you can make so much money from it, why do you need to sell the packages? You know what I mean? Like if you're making so much money from people traveling for you, why do you need to sell the packages? They're selling these packages. It just seems like a gimmick, And that's just kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I don't know. Another thing with like Bitcoin and stuff, in order for Bitcoin to be a feasible online currency, it's got to be at a reasonable price for people to be able to make online purchases with it. When you have to divide one Bitcoin up into like 1,000 pieces just to be able to buy something online, it just doesn't necessarily seem feasible for me. Now, I get it that, and so because of that, I think it's more meant for just trading. I think people just use it for trading, which means it probably won't be around that long. But I don't know. Maybe it's going to go crazy. I have no idea, but that's just kind of my logic behind it. I don't know. My point is that I think more people are buying Bitcoin as an investment than they are to actually buy stuff online with it. And like if the whole purpose is to have like a different currency online to like buy stuff online with it, more people are using it to invest and trade with than they are to actually buy stuff online with it. And so again, I don't know how long it's going to be around. And I think if I say that, everybody that's invested all their time and energy in it gets mad. But I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. I know, maybe I am day trader for life. Maybe I am, brother. I mean, I'm just looking at it from a practical perspective. But I might be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about it to really try to stand behind anything. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know enough about it. Never bought it, you know? Never invested in it. Maybe I'm just mad I never did, you know? Who knows? I can be honest and objective about it. I also know that investors who've spent a lot of time and energy kind of devoting to it aren't going to be objective about it either, you know? All right, guys, we got about 7 minutes left. 7 minutes.
I want to get my Easter stuff for birthday by my room.
The Easter stuff? Your Easter stuff?
Yeah.
You're going to have to ask your mom for that, buddy. Alright. Sorry, guys. My son is home from school today, so he's running around the house trying to play with his Easter stuff. Just don't give him too much chocolate. He's going to be way hyper. Right, but the thing about it, it's less traceable, John O, but it still is traceable, though. Like, you could still trace Bitcoin. All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes left. A little bit over 5 minutes. Yeah, listen, I'm not trying to, like, maybe, I hope it succeeds. I'm anti-big bank. Like, I'm anti-big bank. I hope Bitcoin works out. I really do. Don't think I'm, like, hating on it. I'm just stating my honest opinion on it. You know, I hope it works out. You know, like, I would rather it work out than fail, to be honest. You know, I hope that it does what it's meant to. But do I think it will? I don't know. All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes. Let's get everything rolling here. What's everybody's main watch today? You guys just got to understand as well, I'm naturally skeptical of stocks. I'm just naturally skeptical of most stocks. And so it's nothing against anything. I'm just skeptical of most stocks and securities. I'm mostly a short bias trader. And so anytime I see anything somewhat gimmicky, I'm skeptical of it. But, you know, I probably am wrong in a lot of ways. Who knows? But, like I said, as a short bias trader, I usually, you know, that skepticism helps me out more than it doesn't. So, what's up, Mitch? All right, I got you, bro. Here, let me promote you here. This thing's saying failed to test speaker. Let me see. Test. Yo, Mitch. Yeah, that works. Let me see if this works. Hey, brother. Say something. Nah, I can't hear you. Oh, wait. I could for a second here. There you go. I can hear you now. What's up, bro? Here. Say something.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah, y'all should be able to hear Mitch. Let me turn him up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, coffee shop today, huh?
Hey, coffee shop trading. You know it, brother.
What's up, Arnold? We got Arnold from Australia here. What's up, brother?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's up, brother?
Get down, get down.
I'm not even going to try to do an Austrian accent. I'm terrible at accents. Every time I try to do a British accent, I end up sounding Australian.
What happened? You don't like bullets on your pizza?
Nah, man, I can't do it. What's up, Real Music? I have really low volatility in currencies. Is it the same in stocks too? I mean, there's some stocks that are super volatile, and then there's some that are not. You know, it all depends on the float.
All right, guys. Two of my top watches are SGMO on the crash side and ACB on the long side. But I'm going to be watching both sides really on ACB. If we get a breakdown through major support, we can see that one crack down. And SGMO breaking through daily supports. Played this one last week, made a nice little profit on it. I'm going to keep watch on it.
SGMO.
Yes, sir.
CGC spiking up too. CGC, it's up there. It's like the only cannabis stock that's really up there. All the other ones are down. CGC is up. I don't know what's going on with that one. Gonna keep an eye on the SPY too. SQ, Roku, same ones up in MRO maybe too. BILI, RHE. I seriously doubt this one's tradable, but. Let's test the moving average crossover again. Oh yeah, brother. After the stream today, you got a little bit of time to BS a little bit, Mitch.
Maybe for a little bit. I gotta get back to work. That place is faster. This weekend was crazy.
Yeah, man. I bet.
Oh man.
2 holidays, huh?
Phew.
All right, guys. Here's the open. We got 3 seconds. Let's do it. Good luck, guys. All right, looking for the moving average cross on AMD. Like I said, I've just been testing this one for a while now. It's starting to spike up. Gonna look for it to turn back around, depending on what it does here. All right, we got the drop. Like I said, though, I gotta just look to where it fills me because Thinkorswim paper doesn't fill me in the first minute or so of the market open. So we'll see here. Ooh, there's the cross. Oh, it's not letting me borrow AMD on paper? What? What? Alright, well, there goes that. I'm just going to use 54 as my entry. With probably 65 maybe as my risk. Maybe 70. Probably use that previous day's close there. High of the day at 68. Alright, so what do we get, guys? We got AMD dropping here. A little bit of a fade off of the VWAP real quick right there. So, like I said, I'm kind of paper trading this like 54 is my entry. Why isn't it letting me do that? It's weird. It's not letting me short on paper. I've never seen that happen before. It's a paper trade. It's not gonna let me do it anymore.
No, this probably doesn't have easy to borrow shares. So without that, it won't let you short it.
Yeah, you just broke up. What happened?
It doesn't have easy to borrow shares.
AMD?
Yup, I
I would
guess
think.
that's what happens, man. That's what happens when you use a thinkorswim life.
Yeah,
They don't have shares today.
weird. All right, I would have just gotten stopped out anyway, so mark that one as a loss on paper. But let's see what else we get today, guys. Let me take these moving averages off. I think a lot of people were just attacking AMD with shorts. They had to restrict it. All right, AMD spiking up some here. RHE. I'm looking at CGC if it can get down there. SPY dropping. RHE going crazy. RHE's at 360s, guys. If you could trade these penny stocks at 360s. Roku spiking up. BILI spiking up. A lot of upward movement here. SQ spiking up. So it looks like an upward day. At least at the open. Hold on, guys. My son's yelling over here.
Short a little bit on ACB there, on that spike to the VWAP.
All right. ACB.
Small bounce. Just trying to attack a quick wash. It's holding pretty well there, though. There you go. Want to see the wash right happen right here.
Sorry, guys. My son's like yelling right now.
All right, gonna look to take some off right here into this move right here in ACV.
Nice work, brother.
All right, took some off there. I had a limit order out. Didn't get any out. Gotta be careful with it now. Should have got some out there at 95.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at a CGC here. We'll see what we get. We got BX moving some as well, but AMD dropping now. What is the SPY doing? SPY sideways. Just kind of choppy, very choppy on the SPY. Still looks good for you though for ACB.
Yeah, just a little upset I didn't take profit there. Would be now a risk-free situation. That's what I wanted to make it.
I'm looking at AMD. The closing price from the previous day is at 26.68 or 27.68. So this is the previous day's close right here. Just seeing where I could use that as my risk. That's the previous day's close. I don't hate that if it pulls up there for my risk.
All right, either now or never. I'm gonna try right here 9. Hopefully it rejects 9.
It should drop for you, I would think.
Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Should have taken some profit though in that first move down through the 95s.
CGC's up there too, but Not enough volume, honestly. The volume's a little bit low today, I think.
See if we get a nice little wash right here.
ACB looks good. I mean, it kind of looks like a fade.
It does. That's why I took in the beginning.
Yeah, let's see. From 57 up to 68, that's 11 cents. And then from 57 down to 40, it's 17 cents. Not quite 2 to 1. I could use 39. That's a low right there.
Not liking the amount of volume accumulating here. Got to stick tight with my risk.
PINS is at VWAP.
There we go. Nice move down there. Let's see if we get through this 96.
Yeah, look at PINS here. And the only reason I don't like it, though, and this is something I'm always very weary of, is that I would have to use the previous high of the day at 24.78 as my risk for PINS. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but for that reason, I'm a little skeptical of it. I don't like those because when it does stop me out, it can really squeeze up quickly and kind of like double my risk in the trade.
Gotta be careful with it here.
The SPY's kind of breaking out on the upside. Alright, so I'm kind of looking at AMD here for VWAP projection. Like I said, the only thing is that the SPY is moving up. The SPY's breaking out on the upside. So that's the only thing that I'm a little worried about here. But I don't hate this one. You know, it's almost 2 to 1 for AMD.
Gotta be careful here for that breakout through 9. Red to green move.
Looking at YNDX as well. 58. It'd be tight risk reward. Like 3 cents, but big low accuracy with that one. Key W may be under investigation. It's crondoing. Some good VWAP bounces there for some of these.
All right, gonna get that wash here, or it's gonna bounce back here. Let's see if we get it through 95s.
I'll be right back, guys.
There we go. We got the crack down to 94s here. All right, got to hold it tight here. Can't let it get past 9 here. It's going to bounce strongly to the VWAP. It needs to reject strong here and get down below 95s. All right, got to be careful here. All right, guys, I'm stepping out of this one. This one looks really strong. Breakthrough. Stepping out of that. $30 loss, small loss there. Definitely watch ACV here. It definitely looks strong. I'm not going to take chances there at 9. Couple weeks, Rock's looking strong there. Con looking strong. APHA looking strong.
Oh man, I missed it, man. Oh man. There it goes. I missed it. Completely missed it. There goes AMD. Beautiful washout. Look at that. That was my risk. 68 would have been beautiful. Got up to 61s, but would have followed through really nicely there. Same thing with CGC too. Sorry, my son's sick. My wife told me he was running a fever, so I had to go deal with him a little bit, but I think he's okay. There goes ACB for you though, Mitch.
Yeah, I already sold it.
Oh, you're out?
Yeah, went up to 9. Shouldn't have held to 9. I feel like this was still strong. It's gonna. My feeling is it's gonna rip through 9.
Yeah, I think 9's at the big level for sure. And there's AMD though. AMD would have pushed up. I'm still kind of mad I didn't get a look at pins. Pins did work, and so I was wrong with PINS. But there goes AMD as well. AMD was the one I was mainly watching. Fortunately, that one I stepped away. Then it followed through. Still early though. It's only 15 minutes into the day. But man, look at that breakdown of PINS. Look at Pin. Yeah, Pins drops, man. Nice bill. Hey, congrats, brother. That one was great. That one did wash out. Like I said, I'm not upset I didn't take it because I think my logic behind it remains with PINS. But I definitely understand that trade, and it was a good trade, brother. So nice work, man. It's just not really my preference for these, but everybody has their own preferences, and so beautiful washout for you, bro. Nice work.
Missed my entry there on Snap. Didn't look too bad. It's gonna risk off of short risk 52, but didn't get it.
Yeah, there goes Pins dropping. I could try to get AMD here. I'm not gonna have good risk reward on it. Not as good risk reward on AMD. I have to get in at 55. Maybe use 65 as my risk for about 10 cents, and then from 55 down to 47.40 or 27.40, so about 15-cent reward. So it just wouldn't be that good. I'm just gonna be patient with it today. All right, Alan, man, I'm gonna have to put you in timeout, brother. You're saying the same thing over and over again, bro. You know, like I'm happy for you. I really am, brother. I'm happy you made money with oil, but you can't crowd the. You gotta let other people talk and not crowd the chat a little bit, bro. No hard feelings though, brother. Like I said, I'm not mad at you or anything like that.
Don't lie.
I'm super angry over here. I'm just super mad, man. No, I don't want to
Mad.
do a. No, I don't want to do a sub swap with you, Joe. Oh no. No, I don't want to do a sub swap with you, Joe. You got like 35 subscribers, bro. You know. Look, just because I'm a nice guy, though, everybody go check out Joe Giorgio's channel. Give the man some subs, you know. I don't even need to do a sub swap with you. I don't even know what his channel's about, but go check it out, guys. All right, look. Now I'm kind of looking at AMD here. And that's only because, like, I'm a kind man. You know, I'm just a kind person. Uh, anyways, looking at AMD, it's up there, but it looks a little squeezish, if that's a word. I don't really see anything else that looks good, though. So how about Game of Thrones? Anybody see Game of Thrones this weekend, man? How about that? No? No Game of Thrones fans in here? Alright, AMD's up here. Is ARCI tradable? Let me check for you. No. Not from what I see, it's not. What's the price of it? Yeah, I mean, especially, no. The main reason, I mean, this one was at 53 cents yesterday. Most stocks under $1 aren't going to be tradable. What? Man, Joe, I don't even know how to take that, bro. Are you happy with me or are you mad over there, man? I don't know, man. I can't tell. Honestly, I'm just trying to kill time because I don't want to force anything right now and I don't see anything I really like. Maybe AMD, maybe. Looked good up here, but the risk reward wouldn't be good. I could have maybe used 64, but even there, it's not great. It's about 10-cent reward. 10-cent reward, or 10-cent risk versus a 15-cent reward, so it's still not the best. Still learning, would MDSO be a VWAP fade? That would be more of like a rejection. So like a rejection is when it pushes up at the open and then it looks bullish and then it kind of quickly drops back down. That would be more of a rejection. So that's more of a, you know, when the stock pushes up and is bullish and then drops under the VWAP and gets rejected back down, that's a rejection. When the stock is already just bearish heading down and then it fades, that's a fade. Yeah, no worries, Chewy. Yeah, all right, Mitch. What you doing, bro?
Just about to short AMAT here. All right, short there.
AMAT.
AMAT, short AMAT there, guys. Risk right now is going to be 75. Let's see if we can get that. Get this to crash down below here.
Yeah, I can pull you up. And then I'm just gonna look for. All right, Joe. You're welcome, man. Here's Mitch. I'm gonna throw Mitch up, and then I'm just gonna keep looking because I don't really see anything I like right now. So I'm just gonna let Mitch hang out up here, and then I'm gonna start looking. What was that? That's my phone. Why is my phone hooked up? Hold on, I gotta turn the Bluetooth off my phone. Yeah, I can hear. Why is my phone hooked up here? That's no bueno. There we go. Sheesh. Could y'all hear my person talking to me? No? Could y'all hear my phone say Galaxy No 9? No? Hopefully.
Nah, we couldn't hear it.
Good. Alright. I mean, I'm looking for some stuff here. Cron, maybe a bounce play, ACB. ACB is not terrible, it's just choppy. CGC wasn't bad. NBP. SQ, Roku, Nvidia. No. Yeah, I'm just not seeing much I really like right now. A little bit low volume, I'm assuming, since yeah, AMD wasn't bad. It's just about where's my risk, and like I guess I could have used 61 as my risk, like maybe 62 actually, 63 or so, maybe for like a 9-cent risk. Yeah, I might get an AMD here, so hold on. Just let me know what's going on with this one, Mitch. I'll pull you back up.
We'll do. Just waiting for a little wash here to take some profit into.
Alright, here's AMD up. Here's 53s. Kind of looks like a symmetrical triangle too. I use about 9-cent risk, 33. I have to use 61 as my risk, I think. Alright, I got in with 300 shares on AMD. Like I said, my risk is 61 or so, where that previous high was. It's about 9 cents. I'm risking, I don't know, I'm risking 25, 30 bucks. Small risk. Just going to stick with it. Take a little base hit trade, hopefully, if it works out. $55.
All right, getting a little wash here. Going to cover some into this.
There's 57s. Looking a little bit worse for me here. 58s. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I like mine anymore, but obviously it's easy to say after it pushes up against me. But I'll just hold it to my risk level, which is 61. If it gets to 62, I'll get out. Kind of regret getting in a trade. I didn't really want to today. It was a little slow day, dullish day, and I may have forced it a little bit, but even if I don't win, it's a good lesson.
Nope, same way here.
Getting ready to exit here. All right, there's $30 loss. Just got out. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I probably shouldn't have gotten into a trade, but
It's just a $30 loss, not too big.
Yeah, it's a little baby one. I'm fine with it. It's just,
Yeah.
like I said, even if I don't win, it's a good lesson on sitting on my hands if I need to.
Yep.
It's kind of how it goes. I'll live. Yeah, I mean, I'm alright. It'll be alright. $30 loss is small. Small potatoes. You're in A mat, Mitch. Let's see it.
Yeah.
I could throw you back up. I'm probably not gonna. I mean, unless I see something I really like. I mean, I'm only down $30, so I could effectively trade again today if I wanted to. But it's just kind of one of those days. It feels like, guys, where volume's low, not really seeing too much action that I like, and it might be best just to kind of sit on my hands for the rest of the day.
Getting to that point where I'm not feeling the best about it, but just got to hold to my spots because I've already taken the trade. You don't feel good about a trade. We don't take trades because we feel good about them. We take trades because we know the risk to reward.
Right. What's the SPA doing right now? I was also watching CGC. I think part of the reason that I got into that trade was because I saw CGC fade really nicely. I saw AMD fade earlier, and so eventually I was just kind of like, well, all these are fading. I might as well jump in. I think my exit was right, though. It's squeezing up now to 67, so I would have definitely gotten stopped out. Maybe a red to green move is about to happen on it. CGC is also not terrible here. It's right under the $50, which I like about it. You could also use 63 or so as risk.
All right, guys, paid myself there $51. Paid myself $51 so I can hold the rest of the trade, break even on the rest. Now I just gotta hold tight to this trend line.
Did you have 1,400 shares?
1,500 shares.
Oh, man. Going big.
Yeah, I've been taking about 1,500 to 2,000 shares, trying to expand my share size.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's time.
I've been doing pretty well. I was 3 for 3 last week. Week before that, green week. Then I had 1 red week, but before that, 2 green weeks. So only 1 red week in the last 5 and 6 weeks. So
Yeah.
gonna keep it pushing. I'm worried about it right here, though. I'm not gonna lie. It is pushing up there, really up there to my risk limit. Don't really want it to kind of lose on this trade, so gonna risk that $50.
Yeah, I mean AMD squeezed up to the high of the day, so I'm glad I got out there. I think it was the right move because if you look at it at 61, that's where the previous high of the day was, and so that's ultimately the biggest like reversal spot on it. And also the SPY's got to be pushing up, right? Yeah, so the SPY's breaking highs, and that's what we got caught in. Today was one of those days. Like the SPY's been dropping every day at the open for the last like 2 weeks, and that's why shorts have been working so well. And so today's like the first day in a while that the SPY just ran up today, and so that's why I think AMD did what it did. While we're sitting here, though, let me pull this down for a minute. Hold on.
All right, let's see if we can start getting this actual reward that we were getting for. Here it comes. Here comes that drop. Down to 55, 56 there. Let's see if we can get it down underneath and then attack 40.
Hold on, guys. My son is screaming. Hold on.
It needs you, man. That is a shriek you cannot resist.
Yeah, apparently my son's movie was over, and so it sounds serious, but it's not. His movie was over. He wants another movie. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
All right, my trade's looking great here. And I just got
Yeah.
to give it the time to break.
Yeah, yours isn't looking bad there, man, for sure. Looks pretty good. Like, I don't hate pins if pins can get up there to 38 or to 40. And then I could use 60 as my risk.
Ooh, ACB just hanging out in that range. If it does get bought up through 9, I do believe you could get a nice squeeze there. But the same way, cracking down through these 8s.
Yep.
890s could really turn the stock on the daily.
For
So
sure.
right now it's battling the daily chart. It's not battling the intraday chart. You look at the daily chart, it's really bullish past 9.
Right. Snap.
All right, got to be careful here, guys. It squeezes up through my number, might just call it.
Oh, snap is right there at the VWAP. 43, 52. I don't hate snap, honestly. You can use 52 as your risk. Let me see here. I'm gonna.
It looks like the move from ACB, they're trying to make it push through right now. Let's see if it gets through. If it doesn't, I think it'll crash through that 95.
And now I'm
Definitely
considering
watch.
snap and pins here. Snap is right there at the VWAP. And I like snap because your risk is like 10 cents here up to 52. Your reward is from 42. Not the best risk reward actually. I like 50, but maybe 9. Snap looks like a great fade, but it's just not the best risk reward. That's the only thing. SQ had a nice VWAP bounce too, yeah, for sure. BBB.
All right. Just going to hold to 63 now, guys. It's starting to hold that trend line. So if it gets above it, it should break out. But if it gets below the VWAP here, we should get that breakdown to the low of the day.
Yeah, I'm glad I got out of AMD when I did.
It's the ACB. ACB breaking through 9. Watch the volume that enters in through the 9. Call this one out.
Appreciate
As
the
that
sub,
one
Arc.
breaks out, I would watch the other ones like APHJ to break out. Kron already breaking out.
Yeah, man, a lot of stuff squeezing. The SPY is running up today. Or it was. Now it's pulling back some, but I don't hate pins now. Pins. Risk. It would be right here at 65 maybe.
Looking good for me.
Yeah, I could throw you up while I'm waiting.
Make it a little bit more appealing. Move this over. Come on. No, not you. All right, guys, it's gonna hold to this trend line and my 63 average. Gotta let this crack here. Next stop is 47s.
Looks good, man.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a little profit here as it gets to 47s. I'll just take 48s there. I got 49, not too bad. All right, now what we're gonna do is now that we have $109, if this bounces up to 60, we're willing to add at 60 and hold with the break even right at our average, which is probably gonna be 61. If not, what we're going to do is we're going to let this stock work to the low of the day, which needs to be 43.33. So that's a good distance from here. We have 300 shares left. Let's try to make those 300 shares maximize that profit. Expecting a bounce here, probably to the VWAP. Can even do 60 in entry, but no, nothing above 60s. Let's see what else is moving around here. Oh, here it went down, man.
I know BBBY did too.
Yep. BBBY.
That's what I said earlier. Like the news was good, but people can interpret it different ways, and so it's just dropping. You know, it's good that they're being diverse and everything like that, but you know, removing board seats and replacing them might cause instability with them. So, you know, kind of how it goes, I guess. Let's see. The only one I'm looking at now is PINS. If PINS can get up there to 324.37, I'll consider it, and then use a risk of like 60, or like a 23-cent risk, and then a real target of like 90 cents or so.
Kind of like SGMO, if it can get back to VWAP here at 76. I don't think it's going to bounce there.
All right, well, we got a second, guys. If anybody's interested in using the same broker that Mitch and I use, go check out TradeNet. You can see Mitch's screen. That's the same broker that he's using right now. It's TAFS, which is TradeNet's partnering broker. And the way it works is you pay for a package. It's not a deposit. You're actually paying for that package. And with that, you get a certain amount of buying power. Like with the intro package, you're paying $3.99. It's currently on sale for 20% off. It's usually $500. And with that, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. So you can trade with 14K in buying power. There's a $700 max loss, and so if you go under 13,300, they close you down. But there's no PDT rule, and so you can trade as much as you want. And I've said it before, and I keep saying it, but I think most new traders are going to lose their first accounts, and it's cheaper to buy a TradeNet account and trade with real money, get some buying power, be able to trade with no PDT rule. It's cheaper to do that for $3.99 for $400 than it is to deposit a few $1,000s into SureTrader and get eaten alive by fees. And so I think it makes sense. I've been using them for a few years, and decent platform, much cheaper. Commissions are like 0.006 cents per share as well, plus ECN fees, but they're pretty cheap if you use small sizing. Like if you use less than 300 shares, commissions like $4.50 for a complete round trip. And so if anybody's interested in checking that out and using TradeNet, it also comes with TradeNet's trading course. It comes with a month of their chat room, their day trading chat room, and you also get a free month of our classes as well if you go through my link. And so I don't know how long the sale is going to be going on for. It's been going on for about the last month. But like I said, usually the intro package is $500, and in this case it's $399. And so if anybody wants to go through the link, there it is. You can get it for $399 only through my link right now. If you go to their website, it's going to be 10% off, I think, maybe $450. But yeah, go check that out. Right now, though, days like today, I got to work on my discipline and not forcing anything.
This is when I guess gotta hold to my patience. Everything in me says just cover it, take that 162 and call it a day. But no, we have to maximize on our shares. We want to get down to that low of the day, and that's why we took the trade in the first place.
Yep.
Everything in you is going to tell you when you're in the green a lot of times to take profit, that it doesn't hurt to take profit, but it actually does. This is a game about odds and probability. And if you get yourself in the best probable chance consistently, then you will be a profitable trader. But if you get yourselves in opportunities that are very, very high risk, low reward, you don't have a chance of being consistent. You have to stick to your numbers and the way you're planning your trade.
Yep. For sure.
I don't know how many traders look back at their wins and realize, hey, did I really get that 3-1 or 2-1? Or am I cutting myself short by just emotions?
Definitely. It's one of the hardest parts of trading.
Yeah. Now we're down to the 40s. Yeah. It tells me, yeah. My body tells me, take it. But my mind has gotten smarter over time in trading and realizing that we don't trade to get that emotion. We trade to nail targets. Nail those targets, nail that strategy, and get your money.
For sure. Yeah, that's actually a good way to do it. Pretend it's not real. Pretend it's just points, so you can hold the longest,
Cents per trade, man. That's how you become a good trader. You don't worry about your share size. You worry about how many cents you make and lose per trade. That's a good trader, because a good trader is not going to put himself in a position to lose more than he's going to be able to get back in return when it's in his favor.
For sure. Look at Snap, man. Snap did fade nicely. It's just I'm not mad at myself for waiting for the best risk reward, but look at that beautiful fade on Snap, man. There it goes. Came back down. I wouldn't have got like I said, my entry would have had to be like 1140s, and my risk would be 1150 at least, and so it's like 10-cent risk, 15-cent reward. It's 1.5 to 1. It's bigger reward than risk, but not by much, and that's not the trades I want to take. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a pretty fade, Omar, for sure, man. It was a pretty fade, so, you know, green is good, brother. You know. And everybody has their own preferences. Some people are gonna like 1.5 to 1. You know, some people are gonna think that's okay. You know, and it's a it all depends. It's all different preferences. Some people like 3 to 1, 4 to 1. I like 2 to 1, 3 to 1 is usually what I stick with. Because I think there has to be a. I think a lot of times the higher the risk reward, the lower the accuracy, and so you're all substituting one for another, and so I think my sweet spot is roughly 2 to 1, 3 to 1. And that's usually what I get pretty strict with myself about, Like, even if I want to trade again, I got to kind of stick to the risk reward I give myself because I know that's going to help me ultimately in the long run. But nice follow through on Snap for sure. What is 2 to 1 or 3 to 1? They're talking about my reward level, my reward target. My exit level, the point at the trade where I plan on exiting. Is 2 times bigger than my risk level, than my stop loss level. So like if I'm risking 10 cents and my reward target is 20 cents, then that is if my reward target is 20 cents and I'm risking 10 cents, then that's 2 to 1. If my reward target is 30 cents and I'm risking 10 cents, then that's 3 to 1 reward to risk. And so, it just depends on what you're risking versus how much your reward target is. Looks like AMAT's consolidating a little bit for Mitch. I'm going to pull up, I'm watching, here, I got to pull this up real quick. I'm watching Pins right now. Pins is getting pretty close.
Yep, I'm watching ACB for a surge right here through 9. Look at all that stack up there. Phew.
All right,
There's
so
definitely some stack there.
Let's see, 35 is my risk. I know it's good risk reward regardless, but I'm just going to take about 100 shares or so in this one. I'm in it with 100 shares. Let me start the recorder just so I can get these on video. And yeah, so my risk is up here at 63. My reward level is at least down here at 80s, 23.80. And so that's kind of the risk reward I have in this one. And we'll see. I'm just using 100 shares, so I'm risking like $20, on this one, 20, 25 bucks. And we'll see. So like basically here's a good example. This is my reward target, 23.80. This is my risk. And so I'm risking this much. And my reward target is this much. And so my reward target is much bigger than what I'm risking in the trade. And so even if this stops me out in the long run, it'll even itself out and I'll be okay.
All right, I think you're going to see a breakout in APHA and a breakout in ACB. I'm going to keep watching on those two. I like the risk for APHA off of that low right there, 61. You can get it maybe 65, 66. And then I also like ACB to rip through the 9, but it has to hold above this VWAP and break through that big volume that's building up there on the bid and ask for ACB.
All right, so we'll see what Pins does here. Like I said, I'm pretty tight risk reward. My risk is like 25, 30 cents in this one. I think it's like 23 cents actually. So my risk is pretty small relative to what I'm risking or my reward target. But we'll see. The only thing I don't really like about it is this $27 level right here, this 27 cent level, because it may give it some support. Or was it? Where did I find it? Yeah, right here. That's the only thing that I'm a little concerned about is that might give it some support. But I think I like the trade. I mean, it's good risk reward no matter what. And so I just kind of got to let it work at this point. If it stops me out, it stops me out. My entry is 33, I think. Oh, it filled me at 24.30. I wanted 33, but it filled me at 24.30, which is fine. It's still good risk reward. My reward level's 50 cents, and my risk level's roughly like 25 cents. So it's about 2 to 1. I'm risking 25 cents for a 50-cent reward.
All right, that looks good for me for it to make its move down towards my number here.
All right, we're getting a little bit of a squeeze here though on pins, and like I said, hopefully this $0.50 holds right here, but you know, I got to be careful because sometimes when it does squeeze over these $0.50, it can really kind of spike up quickly. And you can see it went right to that $0.50, so I'm hoping that holds its resistance. But like I said, my risk is about 62 or so, and I just got to let that level hold. If it breaks that, get out. Regardless of any of it, I mean, my risk is small.
Getting that move down here, down into the 30s. Let's see if we can get that 34 that I have out. Take that profit. Low of the day move. Good VWAP fade.
Yeah, man. What was your entry? I can draw it out here just so they can watch it for a minute.
63.
63. So Mitch's entry was right here.
All right.
You know what time you entered that one?
I have to check. It was, I think, right here in this candle, 10:02, 10:03, something like that.
All right. So yeah, Mitch entered right here. Nice trade though. Nice work, brother.
Let's see if we can crack these 40s. Uh-oh, there's ACB above 9 again. Like a rocket. I'm telling you, man. I wanted
such
that
a
one
tiny
long,
range, though. That's the only thing with ACBs. The range is so small.
It's not based on the intraday. You got to remember the macro, man. The macro in this stock. Look at the daily chart. With that, now that it broke 9, if you look at your daily chart, you kind of understand a lot more of the stock.
I mean, yeah, the EMA crossover might have happened, but honestly, I think after 30 minutes into the open, the EMA crossover is not really super accurate. I've traded the EMA crossover every morning, but I only really stick with it in the first 30 minutes of the day. I'm not saying, maybe you're right, maybe this one will squeeze me out of it, but I don't think that is, for me at least, I don't think that's a determining factor in this one. Like I said, most of the time for the EMA crossovers, I have the best results within the first, really, honestly, the first 15 minutes is when I have the best results for the crossover play. After that, you just see a lot of fake outs, crossing over and under, over and over and over again, and it just doesn't work as well for me, at least. And at this point, I'm really just in it because
I don't think I'll get the pullback, but looking for the VWAP bounce play in ACB. The entry would be 8.99 or 9. But I think that one's just gone. Just gotta let her go.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I was able to be on top of it all day. I had that feeling this was going to have that breakout. Let me see APHA. Also had a feeling that one was going to start breaking out. Yeah, looking strong there. Looking like it's getting that strength. You can see that one breaking out to 780s and then maybe getting moved to 8. Kron, nice breakout today. CGC, nice breakout today.
CGC looked good. CGC, the one, really, that's one of the ones that made me kind of bummed out. I missed some of those other ones, but man, CGC did squeeze up. I haven't seen it since it squeezed up like that. The SPY got strong, but then it pulled all the way back down to the VWAP there.
Yeah, I had to do a lot with the industry move. You know, industry moving back up.
I gotta watch pins pretty closely here. Hopefully it holds under the $0.50, but if it gets rejected here, it's a double top.
Looking at Hexo, guys. Hexo, I can't trade it, but that looks long, in my opinion. That's a nice chart there. Hexo. If you guys know this stock, it's a marijuana stock, Hexo. Can't trade it, but definitely liking it.
My kids are driving me crazy over here. They're home from school today. They don't have school today, so their iPad dies. Now they're mad. You know, movie over. Now they're mad still.
Hey, Mommy. Can you give me a drink? In a second.
Alright, so we'll see what we get with pins here. Like I said, a good risk reward regardless of any of it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But like I said, regardless of any of it, last month or so has been probably the best week I've ever had trading. I think I have to look at my trader view, but I think I've had one losing day in, I wonder how long that was. Let me see. In about 20 days. One losing day. Except for today. If today's a loss, that'll be 2 losing days out of 20. So roughly 80%.
There's my move starting to break down here.
Yeah, I'm watching AMAT. It looks good under 43.40 if it can break under that.
Put in an order to cover 200 shares here at 34.
Zoomaway got its license for financing. I'm still confused about what Zoomaway is. It's an augmented reality vacation booking software. I don't understand that, but
Just a kind of VR world and real estate. You know, no longer you go into the house to see it. You're just gonna put the goggles on.
yeah. They already have that though. Because
Yeah,
like I'm a real estate agent. Like we use
no, they
3D
have it.
mapping for sure.
Yeah, but now it's gonna be like you can like walk around in it.
Mm. I mean that's kind of what we could do before, but yeah, it wasn't with a VR. It was you could just kind of mouse your way through the house is what I did. Like we had like I was as a real estate agent, we have 3D mapping software. It's a little bit different than that though. But point is, I don't think it's super groundbreaking. I think it might just be hyping up on VR blockchain. You know.
I would agree.
All right, this is where I got to be careful. We had a little bit of a double top there, but maybe we'll get a triple top. It seems more likely that it'll squeeze up here, so got to be careful. Just going to hold it to my risk. Not risking too much on these trades, and so I might be risking like 60, 70 bucks on the day. But that's another triple top there. Hopefully this triple top holds. There we go. Let's see if it actually washes down now. Yeah, I saw the triple top. We'll see if it holds though. Trying to give this time, but it just seems a little sketchy. It's just kind of staying in this range. Now if it breaks that high, it might really squeeze up. I just got to be careful. I might make my new risk 50, maybe 52 or so. Let me see. Maybe 55 might be my new risk. Just because this one is consolidating, forming that channel now. 52s, 40s. It dropped down to 36 for a split second, but then it popped right back up there.
Oh crap.
There's 36s, 35s. There we go. Let's see what actually washes out this time, though.
All right. For right now, I'm gonna set a stop. I'll be right back, guys.
Ah. Alright, well there goes, it's back down to 35, so we'll just see if it'll hold this time. That's the big thing. My entry's 30, and so my entry's roughly right here. Just been consolidating for 20 minutes now, 15 minutes. Hopefully we get some type of move down, but like I said, I think I'm going to probably make this high, my risk now, just because it's triple top there. If it actually breaks eventually, I gotta get out of that. AMAT squeezing up a little bit. Back up to the VWAP. It may fade though here. Roku. Yeah, X looks interesting. I'm just looking at what the SPY is doing and what all of this is doing. I think a lot of this is dependent on what the SPY does ultimately. SPY pushes up. A lot of these will too. Eventually I might just set a stop for this and walk away though, because this might sit here for a while. We're squeezing up. Alright, I got out. That's the squeeze I did not want to get caught in. So $58 loss. Maybe it faked me out, maybe it didn't, but I'll accept it. Less than $60 loss in the day, small loss. I think the thing I gotta do though, is if I'm going to only trade once when I win, I should only trade once when I lose too, to keep a relatively consistent. And if not, my losses will always be bigger than my wins, and that's not what I want. But I kept it small today, so small loss. I think with the SPY pushing up, it was just a little bit harder to short today relative to other days. Kind of how it goes. Probably going to close the stream down here as well. Let me see. You still in that trade, bitch? Well, I'm sitting here again. If anybody's interested in using the same broker that Mitch and I use, here, I'll throw Mitch up while we're waiting. This is, if you want to see what Tef's platform looks like and TradeNet's partnering brokers platform, that's what it looks like here. And you can see it's a pretty dynamic and useful platform. But like I said, the cool thing about it is that the base package for TradeNet is the intro package. And with that, it's $3.99 right now. It's $3.99 on sale. It's usually $500 right now. It's $3.99. And with that, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. So you actually get 14K to trade with. And there's no PDT rule. And so you can trade as much as you want. There is a $700 max loss. And so that's kind of the catch, is that there is a $700 max loss. And so if you go under 13,300, they close you down. But there is a profit split of 70-30 as well. But like I said, I think it's much cheaper to buy a TradeNet account, trade with a live account with 14K in buying power, and actually learn how to trade, kind of extend the amount of time you would normally. A lot of people, and most new traders lose. It's just the truth. Most new traders are going to lose their first account. And I think you can eliminate some of that risk by going TradeNet's route instead of depositing a few $1,000s into like SureTrader or something like that, because like I said, most new traders are going to lose their first account anyway. I think TradeNet's a cheaper option. Lets traders trade with no PDT rule, with small sizing, because with small sizing on TradeNet, commissions are cheap. They're 0.006 cents per share, plus ECN fees, and so like a round trip is like $4 maybe if you use 300 shares or less, and so it's not bad. It's pretty cheap, all things considered. And like I said, I think it's a cheaper option instead of depositing thousands into a regular broker. I know most new traders kind of want to believe that they're going to be profitable their first try, and that they're going to be able to deposit like $1,000 and then just turn it into 500,000 in a month. But that's just kind of a gimmick that gurus use to advertise. For most people, it's not like that. A large majority of people are going to lose their first account, and that's where I think TradeNet really shines, is that it gives people a cheaper option. You get you can use real money. You get 14K to trade with, no PDT rule, and you can actually trade with no PDT rule with a live funded account. And you can see what the platform looks like here. It's the same one Mitch is using. And so go check that out. You also get TradeNet's trading course. There's the link. Yeah, I mean, that was my live account. Scrap. Yeah, I mean, I think most traders lose their first few accounts. I think it's just the truth in trading. Like I said, though, I think it's normal. I think most traders have kind of those dreams of like depositing $1,000 and proving everybody wrong. All their skeptical family, they want to prove them wrong, and so they take that $1,000 and they run it up, and now they're like a millionaire, and their whole family's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so smart," and that's kind of like a trader's dream, right? But I think that's very unlikely, and I think traders need to be real about the truth behind it, which is that it's very unlikely. It's most likely going to take months, if not years, to learn how to trade correctly. And you're probably going to lose a bunch of money in the process. And so it's just kind of one of those things that it's not a very convenient advertising promotion angle. You know what I mean? But it's the truth. And, I just try to be real with people about it. Right, I think everybody does, man. And like I said, it's one of those things, man. It's just the process. That's why there's that cliche saying, you got to pay your market tuition. Oh, man, Mitch, I've had you muted, brother. Sorry. You there, Mitch? I don't know what happened. I don't know why Mitch was muted.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just hanging out.
Oh, I think when you walked away, the background was really loud. And so I muted you while you walked away.
I'm not gonna lie, a little part of me tempted to short this SGMO there at 70s, and risk would be off of 76, 6-cent risk. Need at least 12 cents on the return. Probably look for a 20-cent return on that. Not a bad trade there, but slow moving, you'd have to hold really tight.
Yeah, I gotta follow my rules. One of my rules, and I think rules are important. It's something we talk about in our classes. But like one of my rules is that if I have more than 2 red trades in a row, then I'm done. I can't trade anymore because I know I'll keep trying to win it back if not. And so like I gotta stick to my rules. If I have 2 losses in a day, then I'm done. But I'm probably gonna close it down here soon, brother.
I think I'm gonna have to ship down out too. So just gonna have to hold to break even on the rest here. Let it work.
Yep. Well, all right, brother. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down.
Take it. Minimum of $80 a day. Another $100 a day. I'll take it.
For sure, man. Nice work, brother. So shout out to Trade Ideas. Shout out to Trade Ideas. They're cool enough to let me stream their scans every day. There's the link. Go check out Trade Ideas. Like I said, they're chill enough to let me stream their scans every day. Super customizable, dynamic scanners. Allow you to do a lot of different stuff. And so go check out Trade Ideas. There's the link in the chat. Also, let's see. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and go check out our classes. Mitch and I try to be kind of the cheapest people around here. We're not trying to be gurus or experts. We're just trying to give traders a cheap option. And so if you're looking to learn for cheap and you don't want to pay thousands of dollars for a guru's course, you can go check out us. We charge $15 a month, and we have over 50 hours of library content on a range of different topics, on a bunch of different topics. And so go check it out. This is just one section. Like I said, we have over 55 hours of classes and content in our library, and on a bunch of different stuff. And so go check that out. Even if you look on our packages page, you can see here, we're not gurus, can't guarantee you'll make money. Our goal is to offer our members a cheap option instead of $1,000 courses. And so that's what we try to do. So go check us out, guys, if you're interested in learning from us and learning with us, really. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. So we'll see you guys a little bit later. And have a good day. Let's see.
All right, guys. My temptation got to me. I got short on that SGMO there, 69s.
There's the lake. Good luck, brother.
Yeah, man, not doing bad. Looking great already.
Later, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.